So I've installed the Russian military's Astra Linux, and today we're going to be seeing if this modifies your files like North Korea's Red Star OS did. Now, if you haven't seen my Red Star OS series, you should go check that out, but if you have, you already know how we're going to do this. I have this USB stick here. Now, I've already gone ahead and put some different files on this USB stick here, different file types we're going to test. I have just a regular text file. I have the HTML file on the Wikipedia page on corruption in Russia, which is an unfortunate situation, but we need valid test data for this. I have a JPEG image of Vladimir Putin himself. For my non-Canadian friends, Putin is cheese, fries, and gravy. And I have the South Park documentary on him in both MP4 and MKV formats. Now, the idea is to see if Astra Linux modifies any of these files after plugging the USB stick into it. Now, quick summary for those of you who are new here. Every file has what's called a checksum, which is kind of like a fingerprint for the file. Today, we're going to be using the SHA-256 checksum. And basically, if the file changes, this changes. Now, I've gone ahead and recorded the SHA-256 of every file on the USB stick before plugging this into Astra Linux, and then we're going to check it after plugging it into Astra Linux. Well, let's go ahead and connect it to our Astra Linux system here. There it is. And there are all of our files. So let's just open these one by one. That took a while to open, but there we go. Next, we'll try the MKV. Now, it looks like this comes with full VLC, which North Korea's OS didn't, so that's interesting, which can play MKVs. Let's open the MP4, open the text file, and finally, the best part, the JPEG. All right, let's disconnect the USB and see if anything's changed. Well, I've checked the checksum of all the different file types afterwards, and literally nothing has changed. Which honestly, I was kind of suspecting with this one. What I am interested to see though is if there's any weird network activity coming from this operating system, so make sure you're followed to see my video when I do that. But yeah, Astra Linux didn't modify our files, and here I had people on my North Korea video telling me that that was normal behavior. I knew it wasn't normal behavior. That's something that's just weird.